EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner, and beside me is my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We're in the state of California, set to kick off the round here at the challenging PGA West course. Par 72 setting up as a demanding challenge to any golfer stepping on this course, especially, Frank, when it comes down to the 17th hole. They call it Alcatraz.
Well, as we know, hardly anybody gets out of Alcatraz. You want to throw a little nugget in? In 2000, Joe Daly looked like he was going to get his tour card, hit a putt from 3 foot, hit the liner, bounce back out. A lot of things can happen on 17.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
You like this one, Frank?
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on.
Par bid here. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Frank, this is a nice-looking hole. Not long, only 371 yards, but challenging in its own way.
It is challenging. The best approach here really is a conservative tee shot to set up an aggressive second.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here. And that's where the men separate themselves from the boys. That was just a beautiful bunker shot.
That's skill right there. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here, and if you can take that first bunker out of play, which is around that 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And, well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Getting set now for the second shot here at hole number 3, par 4. That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Frank, we're not at the beach. We're in the California desert, but I'm staring at plenty of sand right here.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving here. This is where somehow you do have to focus on exactly where they put the flag, and that's on the green stuff. Green is 36 paces deep. If you can just focus on that and don't let Pete Dye's sort of weirdness with all that snaking bunkers left and right, then just try and approach it as a straightforward par 3. I know it's easy to say, hard to do.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Getting set now over the putt. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, what'd you say at the top? die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The fifth hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But if you're long enough, if you can just sneak it past 335, that's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, and that would be the longer hitters, you might have what into this green?
Well, you can get home hybrid, maybe even something shorter. But remember, it's called double trouble. Avoid that. Maybe double eagle.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Safely aboard. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard?
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot. It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Just a couple of feet. Drops for a par. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over the...
So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Well, on the green, but far from the hole.
A little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So they'll tap in. That takes him to 1 under on the day. 555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 330-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk.
He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, this is an important approach shot because our featured player was really good early, a little bit shaky of late. This is a point in time where you need to get it back.
Yeah, you almost need to stop, just stand still for a second, almost just flush it out, because at the moment you're starting to look right and left at the trouble. Let's get back to what worked. Let's start looking where we want the ball to go, where the flag is, and start going there.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
On the green in regulation. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Just like that, now at 2 under. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're at the Career Builder Challenge, early season action. Hole number 10 as we get going on the backside. And Frank, if you're hitting it low and left or you're hitting it high and right, you can make some big numbers out here. A lot of water.
Well, you certainly can, especially for those people that have to tee off the 10th, their first tee shot of the day. Somehow sneak it down the left side. 300 yards to get past all those bunkers down the right. I don't know if you want to do that with a cold start. But the further that you can get down this hole, obviously that second shot becomes a little shorter, and you'd like to go in with a short club here. There's a wall, like, I don't know, like the Great Wall of China down that left side of this green.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frankie seems to have found something. Already 2 birdies in a row and now another chance.
It's all starting to flow here. This is really important. He's starting to play well, so finish it off here for 3 in a row.
Boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West, 617 yards. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough.
Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
All right, Frank, time to play a little pitch and putt right now. Good chance with a good shot here to make a 4.
Yeah, holes like this is where small ball can beat big ball.
Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Starting to feel it. 2 in a row. 5 under for the tournament. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West. Short at 363 yards. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in.
I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Now teeing off here at the par 3, 13th. Well, Frank, we came off a hole, the short par 4, 12th, where players no doubt were thinking about making birdie. Here, it's a different story. Why?
It is. Well, 13 is always going to be unlucky for some. There's so much water down there on that left side. And the way it sort of laps up to the wooden bulkhead, it looks anything other than a straight shot. And this is where you have to mentally move the...
That ball is lost in the water. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Struck that one pure, about 8 feet away. Beautifully done. Shouldn't be a problem here. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 7th hole seems to have shaken his confidence. All right, partner, walk us through this approach shot here at the 14th.
You have to respect the back of the screen as it starts to narrow up. The widest part of the screen is the front. The advantage of that, though, if you do leave it a little bit shorter, you are putting uphill.
Safely aboard. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
No problem at all. Good putt, and stays at 4 under par.
Now to the par 4, 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those two bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
Well, now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Starting to really play well, -5.
Par 5, 16th is a slight dog-leg left at 600 yards. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
doing whatever he wants with that golf ball. Moving it left, moving it right, hitting it straight when it's called for. He's doing it all. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Well done. Back-to-back birdies.
Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards. You can't miss it right. Can't miss it left. Can't miss it short. You can't miss it long. Good luck.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. Frank, you've just hit one in the water. You don't want to compound the mistake. What's the mindset here?
This one right here, you've got to forget that big blue oasis in front of you.
So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it, send it.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
So, Frank, that's a bogey, and you see something with the body language here?
Yeah, I think we noticed that back there with that double bogey, Rich. Since then, it's almost like doubts crept in, a little bit of uncertainty. That is the beauty of this game at times, but really, if you want to be a champion, that's one thing that you have to change. Somehow, you've got to forget what's just happened. We haven't seen that yet.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And with that, a very strong performance. It's a round of 66. Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round, continuing with that kind of play.